What's your biggest turnoff in guys?
Probably when they don't work out, go to
Oh,
the
really?
gym and stuff.
No, I don't go to the gym.
You can't pick me up.
White men.
Oh, really?
Really?
So what do we got going on here? Well, this is a quick intro that I wanted to do to this video. We're going to talk about a much bigger issue after we discuss this here. I'm going to go through this short video again, and this time I'm going to analyze what's happening. I'm going to offer criticism. One thing I can say here is these ladies need to worry about their weight instead of their hair, their makeup, their tattoos. The money and effort they put into their hair, their makeup, and their tattoos matters absolutely not at all because of what they look like overall. So let's see what they have here with commentary this time.
What's your biggest turnoff in guys?
Probably when they don't work out.
These guys that don't work out. She clearly doesn't work out, but you know, guys have to work out.
Go to
Oh,
the
really?
gym and stuff.
Well, not gonna be able to pick you up. I'm surprised that this woman can actually hold her body up, that she's not crumpling under her own weight. Honestly, it's disgusting. Is there any man? Please, if you are watching this video and you're attracted to this woman, please go down in the comments and let me know, because there's no way. There's absolutely no way that I would want to be with this woman. And I have a weak lower back, so I mean, lifting up my woman is not something that I do anyway.
No, I don't go to the gym.
You can't pick me up.
White men.
White men are the problem. Oh, well, guess what, honey? White men don't want you. Anyway. Ew, ew, ew. This is so nasty. I would never, ever, ever want to be with a woman like this. Anyway, that being said, let's move on to the main video here. We're going to discuss this review, this Modern Woman Archives reviews video here. Let's see what this one has to say. Now, but before we get started, thank you all for stopping by. I do appreciate you supporting my work. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. YouTube does unsubscribe people every single day. Now let's get into this video.
We need to have a discussion on my single people, because I need to know what you guys would have done in the circumstance. They always say, like, you'll meet the person that you want to start dating, or the person that you're with doing things that you love, whether it's going to the coffee shop, the gym, just your everyday activities, whatever. So today I go into the coffee shop, and the second I walk in, I see the most beautiful man, just like gorgeous features, brown hair, incredibly tall. I'm like, you are so my type to a T. Very business-esque energy to him too. And I'm like, yeah.
Okay, so lady, I can tell you what your problem is going to be right now is that you have a type. Do I have a type? Yeah. Pretty much everybody has a type. The one that they would prefer to be with. Is my wife my type? My type would be shorter than me, thin, with brown hair. Very short, actually, thin with brown hair. That would be my ideal type. What does she do for a living? I don't care, really. I mean, as long as it's not the kind of work that shall not be mentioned here. Personality, she's pleasant to be around. There you go. She likes to do all sorts of fun stuff in the bedroom with me and only me. All right? There you go. That's pretty much it. Now, her type is not something that she's going to want to bend on. That's the problem when you get these types. Is my wife my type? No, she does not match what I'm looking for. She has black hair because she's Asian. She's not white. I would prefer a white woman over an Asian woman. She's shorter than me, so that's good. Let's see what else she has to say here.
Yeah, that's definitely my type. He was sitting across the cafe. I'm like, I should make some eye contact with him, let him know there's a vibe here. But didn't end up like looking up for my computer or whatever. So I'm like,
Let me play that back again here. Do we have CC on here? Should make some eye contact with him. Let him know there's a vibe here. But
didn't end up like looking up for my computer.
didn't end up looking at for my computer. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Maybe he didn't look at her. I don't know. But the thing is if you wanted to communicate with this guy, why don't you just walk up to him and say hi? I saw you sitting here. I just thought I'd say hi. Just thought I'd be friendly. No, you can't do that. You can't think that creatively. Can't you think that creatively? Go like, hi, how are you? Or, hi, my name's Lauren. Why don't we go out? No, you might get rejected, but you expect men to do it.
Whatever. So I'm like, I'll just have no earbuds in so I look approachable, because I've been told I don't look approachable. So I'm trying to do everything I can to make myself look approachable to this man.
No, it sounded to me like she said, I'm going to have my earbuds in. I don't know. But it said, according to the closed captioning here, she said, have no earbuds in. Yeah, ladies, if you want to be approached by a man, first thing you got to do is lose any kind of sound producing headwear, because they're going to assume that you can't hear them.
He ends up walking over and sitting right next to me. And how it's set up in this coffee shop is there's like one long booth and then a table in front of yourself and then a chair on the other side of you. So he's sitting right next to me in this booth. And I'm like, perfect opportunity. So I'm patiently waiting for him to like spark up a conversation, but like, what would he have said? And I was too nervous to be bold and be like, hey, you're really hot. My name's Lauren. Here's my number. But like,
well, maybe you don't say, hey, you're really hot. My name's Lauren. Here's my number. Why don't you say hi? Why don't you just say, hey, I was just curious. Like, I see people working in this coffee shop all the time. I was wondering what you're working on. I've done that. And guess what? Women that I thought would be snobby, like college-aged girls who are attractive, have been like, oh, you want to know what I'm working on? They're like very pleasant when you ask that. You're interested in what they're interested in. I don't know why that works, but apparently it does. And if some pretty girl came up to me, I would assume that I was the luckiest guy in the world at that point.
I could have done that, but like that's a little too ballsy of me, and like I wanted him to just show a little confidence, maybe like pursue a little bit, because I think that's the most attractive thing in a guy.
Oh, and he's supposed to be able to read your mind and know that. The thing is why would you think that's the most attractive thing in a guy? And why is that? Why is him pursuing you the most attractive thing in a guy? Because it means that you are so desirable he cannot resist you. Maybe there's something else to that I'm missing. I don't know. But when women pursued me, I've been like, wow, I must be some hot stuff if these pretty girls are actually coming after me, asking me to do stuff with them.
And I'm like, the fact that he got up and sat right next to me, he didn't even have to like charge his computer or anything because he didn't reach out to grab a charger, because I'm like, oh wait, why did he move across and sit next to me?
Okay, you're reading way too much into that. Way too much into that. So maybe the lighting was what he needed. He needed better lighting to see his screen. Maybe he was anticipating needing to charge his computer. Maybe he moved over to that seat because he was thinking, I'm going to have to charge my computer, but I want to make sure that I get a seat over there. And maybe there were no other seats available at the booth. Maybe there were more, but maybe you seemed like the least threatening person to him. Maybe you seemed like the least or the most passive person. So he sat next to you instead of sitting next to somebody, or sitting there and then having some homeless person come in and sit down, or somebody who could be threatening, or somebody who wants to get into his business. So many different reasons. You're reading way too much into him sitting next to you. People sit next to people not because they're interested, for lots of different reasons.
So that made me a little curious. So anyways, bummer. To make a long story short, we didn't end up having any conversation, and he got up probably like, I don't know, 30 minutes later or something. But yeah, he totally detracted me from my work because I was like, I just want to kiss you on the lips. You are gorgeous, honey. But yeah, if you were sitting at Shortwave Coffee today next to me, you should shut your shop because you were beautiful. But anyways, I want to know what you guys would have done that certain.
What annoys.
So he's going to review this real quick here. It's going to rewind it slightly so that we can get into what the person who made the video originally says. But why didn't you just try to kiss him on the lips? Why don't you just reach over and like try to kiss him and see what he would have done? See, women want all this Hollywood romance stuff, but then they don't want to be the one to initiate any of it.
What annoys me about this is she assumes he is already interested in her, and she talks like he should approach her simply because she exists. The whole time she's phrasing it as if she's the prize, and he has the opportunity to get her number, when she is the one literally sitting there desperate to get his attention. He was probably writing emails to his girlfriend, but she was too ignorant to realise.
Leave me.
Yeah, so there you go. She was the one desperate for him, but she didn't initiate anything with him. So I do want to say this as far as this man's lack of interest. Maybe he has a communicable disease, and he's like, I don't even want to get in, open up that door. I mean, she looks like she's a nice young woman, and is she going to accept me with, whatever I got going on? You don't know what he has going on. He probably does have a girl. If he's Chad, he probably has girls throwing themselves at him all the time. Maybe he's just like, dude, I am like tired of dealing with women right now. I've dealt with 3 yesterday. I got another one I have to deal with tonight. I'm just not dealing with any more women right now. You don't know. So many different reasons why people could be rejecting you or not showing interest in you. The primary reason probably, though, is you've been telling us for generations now that to leave you alone, to not pursue, to not chase you, to not talk to you at all. Now, Ace Nate. We don't know who Ace Nate is. I don't know either. I've only seen this one video of him, by him. But he reviewed this review. So let's take a look at what he had to say about this.
Lauren, here's my number. But like, I could have done that, but like that's a little too ballsy of me, and like I wanted him to just show a little confidence, maybe like pursue a little bit, because I think that's the most attractive thing in a guy.
This is not what men have ever done. Really. I mean, to me, it's funny. For some reason, they all think this is how this goes down. They think men just approach women, and this is how a majority of couples have been formed historically, and it's just not the truth, man. It's not even on here. This isn't even like.
All right, I got to talk about this chart here. Ace Nate does have a point that this probably is not the number one way that people have gone about meeting throughout the ages. That is good for stories, it's good for romance novels, etc. But in reality, usually two people who don't know each other are very awkward when they first meet. And you're not just going to like walk up to a girl and be like, hey, how are you doing? And then get rejected. How many times has that happened to you guys out there? But if you look at this chart here, this chart is super sus. I'm going to tell you why. Because the numbers don't add up. If you look down here, we'll go through all the lines. You got 5%, another 5%, that's 10%. Here's a couple 10%, that's 20%, 30%, that's 15%, so that's 45%. We got 25% here, so that's 70. Another 25%, so that's 95, and then another 25%, so that's 120%. And I was using conservative numbers there for almost every one of those lines, if you're not looking at the screen. Yeah, so how is it that 120% of couples met? That's maybe they're counting like people who got divorced and then remarried, or, you know, just different relationships in general. I got out of one relationship, got into another relationship. Or perhaps they're doubling up these things like, because we have like, hey, I met through family while at church. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But it looks like what we're dealing with today, according to this chart, is you're meeting online, or you're meeting in a bar or restaurant, or possibly through friends. But meeting at church, meeting through neighbors is gone way down to less than 5%. You got met in primary or secondary school. Yeah, that's down to 5%. You got met at college. That's down to less than 5%. Wow. And you got met through family is down to about 5%. And met through or as coworkers is down to about 10%. So yeah, you're going to be meeting online today. That's how you're going to do it. I don't think that this is not something that has never happened, right? Like I've met plenty of women through, I met at the grocery store. I've dated 2 girls I met at the grocery store. One of those relationships was really good, and I was sorry that it ended. The other one, I enjoyed it while it lasted, but it was good that it ended because it started becoming toxic at the end there. I'm like, I'm done. No, this is not going to continue on. If you're going to be behaving that way, I'm out. Have I met any girls I dated at a coffee shop? No. I have gone on dates with girls I've met at the gym. Just, I think, one girl and one date. I didn't really pursue it. Kind of talked to her a little bit on the phone after, but didn't really pursue it. Oh, I met a girl. That's actually only 3 girls I met at the grocery store. I went on a date with another girl I met at the grocery store. And there were some other girls that I met at the grocery store that I could have gone out with, but I did not pursue it. So, you know, you can meet people in public, and that's kind of the way that I always did it, was kind of like meet you at a place where I'm at, because I never had any luck on dating sites. I met my wife through friends. So this whole notion that we didn't do these things before we didn't meet, I don't believe this chart, basically. It's just stupid. This chart doesn't really make much sense when they're saying, yeah, met through friends was 28% of couples or 27% of couples, something like that, in 1940. Really? Only 25%, 30% of couples? It went up to almost 35% by 1980. That's it? Just a third of the couples out there met through friends? Seems to me that meeting through friends is kind of the way that it works most of the time. Now, of course, we do have the online dating thing going on, but meeting through friends is, I've always said, like, if you want to date somebody, get a bunch of friends, because eventually somebody's going to know somebody who's single that they should hook you up with. I've seen it happen too many times. So anyway, let's move on with the original video and see what else they have to say.
I need someone to be like brutally honest with me, because I don't know what type of energy I am giving off, but my DMs be dry. Everybody's like, oh, you're so sweet, you're so this, you're so, but like,
you're being very abrasive. That's what it is. It's negative energy coming off of you. It's high energy, and it's aggressive, and it's negative.
nobody is like, oh, you're attractive, or like actively like pursuing. So I'm like, what energy? I get more like attention from a person experiencing homelessness on the street.
Now, I can't say what her figure looks like. Her face is attractive enough to get a man. I'm thinking that her figure is pretty good. I can't tell for sure, but I'm thinking it's pretty good, at least not bad, but I don't know for sure. But she is just like, you got to do things my way. This is the way it's supposed to be. Don't you know? Sort of attitude. And that's just not going to fly with men.
Than I do any other person. Like, what is going on? Am I giving taken? Is that like, am I giving taken? Is that the issue? I don't think it is. I don't know what it is. But like, what's going on? Like, I need like answers. Like, I need somebody to tell me, what energy am I giving? Like, how do I fix this? Because I feel like a spinster that's going to be alone forever. My mom doesn't even ask me. She doesn't even say, oh, when you get married. She says, if you get married. Like, what is going on?
The energy you're giving is nails on a chalkboard energy. Really annoying.
My brain hurts.
All right. So, yeah, ladies, get your stuff together, because if you want to meet a man, walk up to him and meet him. Just be like, hi. What do you think he's going to do? Shoot fire out of his eyes if you said hi to him? The worst thing that's going to happen to you is he's going to be like, hey, yeah, I'm not interested, thanks. I've had women begging me to take them home who were not attractive. And I'm just like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm just not interested. Thank you. What am I going to do? Be like, you stupid little piglet, get the hell out of here, you gross. And that. No, I mean, I'm not going to do that. Maybe if a woman was actually like assaulting me or seriously harassing me, yeah, I might do that. But it would take a lot because I'm not the kind of person. I mean, I had a dude at work threatening to violate me. A guy that I worked with threatening to violate me, and I didn't do anything about it other than be like, yeah, it's not going to happen. Didn't even go to HR or anything because I'm like, I can handle myself. It's just not going to happen. Although I should have in that case because, I mean, come on, threatening somebody like that at work, not okay. We got another quick one I want to look at here to close this out because I am, as you would say, a short king. So you can make of this what you will. Modern American women are evil. Thanks for watching.
Does the perfect man exist?
I don't know yet. I have a man right now that spoils me, but I don't want to date him.
Why not?
He's 5'6". I don't even want to touch him, so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's just buying me like Cartier, and I'm like, thank you.